Why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I don't want to lose my rights. Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I've had an abortion before and
All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to just a couple of random videos that I saw online over the last couple of weeks. I thought it would be a nice little reprieve to laugh at these loony people and their loony little takes. But before we get into any of that, this is your reminder to subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up. All of my other social medias are linked down below as always, so make sure that you check me out over there. And with that, let's get into it.
listen, I am a leave no trace girly and I'm not gonna do it. But like, that meadow is meant to be frolicked in, right? Like, with the views. Listen, I am a leave.
This is just sad. It's just sad. We have gotten to the point as people where we think our existence, period, is toxic. I mean, she won't even go walk through this meadow because she's a leave no trace girly. What does that even mean? I know what it means. It means, have basic manners, don't litter, pick up after yourself. I think that's completely within reason. But to not walk through a meadow because you don't want to harm the environment, your brain has been so warped by this environmental ideology that you think that walking through a meadow is wrong. That's what the meadow's there for. People act as if humans are not an organic biological thing. People act as if humans are like a cancer to the planet. Like we were made in a laboratory and then placed here, and that just could not be further from the truth. And it's just so sad to see people have this kind of mentality. Go enjoy your life. Go enjoy the planet. And like I said, obviously have some basic manners and some basic respect. Don't throw trash on the ground. Pick up after yourself. These are things that we can all do and all should do. But this is just next level. It's very sad. It's very, very sad.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Okay, so I don't know much about being trans, but what I do know is that you don't just suddenly realize it. Like, again, I think maybe we do have a through line of this video of just a general mind virus. To be trans, you have gender dysphoria. You have things that start very early in your life. You're not just, what is this person, 16, 17 maybe, and then realize, oh, they have tattoos, much older, maybe 20. And then realize that you're trans. And just because you like to have your hair short or wear hoodies or you don't conform to the female gender norm does not make you trans either. It's complete lunacy. It's completely ass backwards, frankly. Okay, so this one doesn't have any audio, but it says, I think everyone saying Kamala Harris doesn't have enough support are actually saying I'm racist and assume everyone else is, but in code. Can you explain in detail why that would be, please? Can you please explain why criticizing a politician makes me racist? Is it just because she is black? If a politician is black, does that mean that they are immune from criticism? Because if you ask me, that feels racist. It feels more racist to say, oh, this person's black, you can't judge them like you judge the others, than it does to say, no, I'm going to judge them exactly how I judge others. Actually, regardless of their skin color, I'm going to look at them and treat them and judge them based on the content of their character, one might say. Versus what this ideology is leaning towards is treat them different. This is what you see with affirmative action, with critical race theory, all of these various things, is to treat them differently because they're black. And a lot of us are sitting over here saying, no, I'm going to treat them exactly the same way that I would treat anybody else. And just because I don't like Kamala Harris, just because I have strong critiques of her, does not make me a racist. It does not make me a sexist. It just means that I think she's a fucking moron. So, thank you. Next.
I have a problem because if Kamala Harris picks Tim Walz as her running mate,
She did.
I am going to go from crossing the street when I see someone in American flag apparel to wearing it.
See, this is the difference between most conservatives and most liberals is I love my country no matter who's in charge of it. Even though we have a completely inept administration right now, I still love my country and I'm still very deeply proud to be an American. Liberals only love the country when it's going the way that they want it to go. And that's antithetical to being a patriot. That is just because there are policies that you disagree with, just because, and that's not to say that you can't or shouldn't try and make changes or demand changes. That's why we're going out and going to vote for Donald Trump in November. But that doesn't mean that I don't love my country, and that does not mean I don't love my fellow countrymen. Do you see the difference? And also, it's just so bizarre to me how this is a stereotype. How if you see someone with an American flag in their yard, you can almost guarantee who they're voting for. And it's actually pretty sad that the Democratic Party has been so overwrought with radicals and with radical progressives that any sense of patriotism has been brought out of the party. And I think that at the end of the day, that is one of the biggest things that is going to be the downfall of the Democratic Party come this election season. Because people are really, really, really tired of being told that they have to hate their country, that they have to hate themselves because they're white. All of these various things are part of the same ideology, and people are really tired of it. People are very, very sick of it.
Why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I don't want to lose my rights. Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I've had an abortion before, and I don't want to lose that. I'm afraid of not being able to be myself anymore because from what I've heard, Trump's America doesn't want me to look like this. So
see, this is the problem, right? Is these people are so brainwashed that they actually believe that if Trump is president, that they're not going to be able to wear their gaudy eyeliner and their stick thin eyebrows and say that they're a trans man. Sweetheart, you're a little baby girl. You're a baby girl, first of all. So let's just make that abundantly clear. But they forget that Trump was president. He was president already, and people still went outside looking like this, and it was not a problem. And as for the abortions, we've had this conversation extensively on this channel. Kamala Harris sitting here saying that she's going to ratify your right to an abortion is just blatantly untrue. The Supreme Court gave that right back down to the states. So unless Congress proposes a law or something of that sort, which is probably not going to happen, I believe they would need a super majority to do something like that. It's up to the states. You need to vote in your local elections. You need to vote for your governor, for your state senate. You need to vote for those kinds of positions, because those are going to be the positions that dictate your right to kill your baby. So there you go, baby girl.
So that's why I'm here today, and that's why I'm voting blue.
What about you?
I've also been pregnant and had an abortion before. I was a minor, and it would have been dangerous for me to properly, it would have been dangerous for me to carry a baby with, personal reasons and everything.
Without failure, there's always exceptions for the life of the mother. I have never seen a single abortion law where there's not an exception for the life of the mother. So, just worth throwing it out there, isn't it?
Also, I'm very,
Alternative.
alternative, and I feel like if Trump were to win, I wouldn't be able to, express myself through my looks and everything.
It's just great. It's genuinely insane to me that these people are this brainwashed that they sincerely believe that this is a reality or a potential reality. It's actually pretty sad. I mean, I can actually understand how these people get so enraged. I would be pretty afraid if I thought that I wouldn't be able to step outside with my face pierced up and what have you. If I thought that the way that I presented myself and the way that I expressed myself was going to be I wasn't going to be able to do that anymore if someone was elected president, I would be pretty afraid too. And it's very sad that the people in charge of disseminating information, whether that's the legacy media, whether that's podcasters like what I do, whatever it might be, are so blatantly dishonest. And so they fearmonger to such an extent that these young girls are This young girl believes she believes that she's a boy. So that's a problem in and of itself, because she is not. And 2, that they believe that they're not going to be able to step outside with their piercings and their whatevers if Trump gets elected president. That's bonkers. That's insane. That's a problem. It is a problem that these people feel this way.
I wouldn't be able to have the piercings or the dyed hair or the tattoos that I want. You know, I would be able to be myself. And my dad's very pro-Trump, and I'm just very
Pro-Kamala.
pro-Kamala. Yeah, I don't, you know, it's
Does
just,
that cause a divide at all?
yeah, it definitely does. He thinks that Kamala's going to ruin the country, but I think that Trump would do worse, like a lot. Like,
Again, you forget that he was already president. He was already president. We're all still here. You forget these things.
Kamala is going to be good for the country.
Why?
Here's the thing is, when you ask people why they're voting for Kamala Harris, it's always, oh, well, I'm scared of Trump. I'm scared of what's going to happen if Trump this, if Trump that, blah, 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 blah. I'm not asking you a negative question. I'm asking you a positive question. I want to hear affirmatively why you are voting for Kamala Harris. I don't want to hear why you're not voting for Donald Trump. I want to hear a policy idea. I want to hear a stance of hers that you support. And that's going to be difficult because she doesn't have any. If you go to her website, she doesn't have any campaign issue. She does not. This is unheard of. She does not have a campaign issue on her website. What that's about, I couldn't tell you. But these people have no idea why they're voting for Kamala Harris. They just don't want Trump in office. And it's just insane because he was already in office for 4 years. We all survived. In fact, life was pretty damn good. Gas was affordable. Housing was affordable. My groceries were affordable. Everything was more affordable when Donald Trump was in office. Our border was secure. Foreign affairs were secure. Life was just generally on the up and up with Donald Trump in the presidency. So that's my stance. But with that, that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoy. This was a little bit of a different video than what I usually do, but my goal is to hopefully put out something like this once a week, hopefully, along with the podcast. So make sure that you are subscribed and ring the notification bell so that you never miss an episode. All right, guys, I will see you next week. Bye.